This episode is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. The countdown to Black Friday has begun. Take $400 off every window you buy and $800 off every door as the clock ticks on. That's at $0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a whole year for qualified buyers. Check out renewalbyandersen.com to learn more. 13 people accused of trafficking oxycodone were charged. As for now, campfires have been banned at state forests and parks. 2 cities are amongst the most livable. Lastly, how very punny. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. 12 people from Western Pennsylvania and a physician from Indiana have been indicted for trafficking oxycodone, reports CBS Local Pittsburgh. The doctor, Dr. Martin J. Masson, was also charged with unlawful distribution of Adderall. Federal prosecutors revealed on Tuesday how these individuals conspired to traffic the drug from around 2019 to 2024. Said U.S. Attorney Eric Olshan via release, quote, "These charges send a clear and loud message. Whether you sell drugs out on the street or while wearing a white coat in a doctor's office, law enforcement at all levels of government will work as long and as hard as it takes to hold you accountable to the fullest extent of the law." As this drought persists, there's now a ban on campfires in state parks and forests, reports the Philadelphia Inquirer. The State Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, too, is asking people to avoid burning fires at home as well. About 100 wildfires were reported statewide throughout last week, including one at Blue Mountain that's still, as of the recording of this podcast, being contained. A report from Rent Cafe has listed what they call the U.S.'s, quote, most livable places, states PennLive. Pittsburgh ranked 8th overall and Harrisburg 10th. The city scored high marks across the board in categories such as socioeconomics and quality of life. In first overall was Portland, Maine. His puns are absolutely intended, says Billy Penn. Aaron Schwartzbaum is trying to grow Philadelphia's underground pun competition scene, which is why he was out during Center City's open streets the other day promoting It's Always Punny in Philadelphia, a pun-off he created that's being held at the Helium Comedy Club this weekend. As part of this promotion, Aaron was offering some free puns and dad jokes to people who walked by. Okay, here's one he said. Why did Jalen Hurts go to Moscow? Because he's always Russian. Although, I'm one to talk when it comes to puns. I've given some dad joke doozies on this podcast over the years. That wraps up today's episode. Very short and sweet today. For more news, drop by PennLive.com. Also, please remember to rate this podcast and to email me at todayinpa@PennLive.com with any thoughts you may have. Thanks ahead of time, and as always, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll see you for Friday's episode of Today in PA.